Hey, it's Alex with Lover Fighter Writer, and in this video, I'm going to show you my 3 favorite tips for writing SEO content with AI software. In this tutorial, I'm going to use Frase, which is my favorite SEO writing software that uses a lot of AI tools. But if you use a different tool, you can probably apply these same concepts in it as well. And if you want to get a full trial of Frase for just $1, you can sign up using my affiliate link in the description below. Now, I have a number of Frase tutorials available on my YouTube channel. If you're a complete beginner with this software, I probably would recommend starting with those. But in this video, I'm going to show you 3 more detailed and advanced ways of doing things that I have covered in previous videos. But we're going to go a lot deeper here, and these are based around 3 of my favorite tips for using Frase or other AI writers to really get the best out of what you're doing. So I'm already in a new Frase document here. I started with the SEO outline builder, and I added a few frequently asked questions, which are in the outline here. And then I just came to AI tools and I searched step 0, which pulled up one of my custom templates that turns a keyword into a title. And so the keyword I'm working with is master resell rights, which is something I want to write about on my blog. So I put master resell rights into my template and it came up with these ideas, and I chose this one. So now we've got the keyword, the idea for the article, as well as a working title. And these 3 tips are going to show you how to go from having a topic and a title to having a full first draft, which is going to be mostly written by the AI. And I'm sure most of you watching this will be familiar with this tool. However, I do see a lot of questions in the Facebook group asking about this. So it is a common thing that people seem to need help with. And even if you do know how to use this feature, I might be able to show you a few things you hadn't thought of before. So we're going to go to this little gear icon right here, which says Customize Results. And this is where I can select which articles I want to influence the keyword optimization and the other recommendations that Frase makes for me. So the top 20 are selected by default, and you can click on Select All or Top 10 at any time. In most cases, I like to have around 10, so say like 8 to 12 articles selected, but you can do more or less if you want, depending on the situation and the topic. So what I'll usually do is I'll start by hitting Top 10, and then I go through and I uncheck any that are not processed. And most of the time when it can't process an article or a page, it'll say that right here in this little not processed box. But sometimes it won't, and you'll have to kind of figure out which ones aren't quite getting through. And so I've unchecked all the ones that have the not processed box. So I'm going to add 4 more to get up to 10, I think. And I can see that this one is an Amazon book, and this one is an article. So I'm not going to select this one. I'm going to select this one instead. And so this is the first of the 3 tips that I wanted to talk to you about, which is really doing a good job of choosing which articles you're using as references and examples when you're writing your own. Because the content in these articles that you have selected are going to inform the topics and keywords that you cover, as well as what your table of contents looks like. And while you always want to try to add something that is better and more informative and unique compared to the others, you can also definitely benefit from using the existing structure that's currently ranking to inform your decisions as well. So I'm just going to click Save, and it'll kind of recalibrate its recommendations a little bit. And one thing that I like to pay attention to is, in addition to right here where it says how many of the results are processed, so one of them still isn't, I also like to pay attention to the number of words. So right now I have 0 words in my article, and the recommended number is 1.5 based on the average of the articles that I've selected. But then if I scroll down here, I can get a little bit of information about each of these. And so if I look at the top ranking one, that's 2,000. The next one is 1.2K, then 1.1, 900, 2,000, and this one down here is almost 6,000. So those are the ones that are the most similar to mine. So I'm going to look through here, and these 2 are probably tracking. I think this one's probably fine. My guess is that it's probably Instagram that's not working, so I'm going to deselect that, and I'm going to scroll down here, and I think this is probably an article. So I'll select that one, and now I've got 10, and I'll hit save again. And so now the overall length that it's recommending is down to 1.4. And I would like to err on the longer side because, first of all, I'm writing an article, and the articles that are ranking are all on the longer side. And also, I want to make sure that I have enough room to cover everything that these articles are covering, as well as some other information on top of that. So I'm probably going to want to go a little bit longer. So I'm just going to scroll down here and check out the word lengths that are here. And so this Fiverr one is much, much shorter. It's under 100 words. And all of the other ones, it looks like, well, Post Affiliate Pro is pretty short too. And so is PLR Planners. Actually, that one's not processed. I'm going to get rid of Fiverr and PLR planners in there. Fiverr and PLR planners. And we'll add 2 more at the top here. And so now we're back up to 1.5 and 10 out of 10 results are processed. So at this point, I'm pretty sure that I've selected the 10 pages that are most similar to the article that I want to write, and the average length is 1.5K. So I'm probably going to aim for around 1.7K to 2K so that I can cover all the same topics that they do and also provide a little bit more or better information. And the way that we're going to do that starts with the second step, which is creating the outline. And so here I've got the frequently asked questions that I added from the outline builder. And I'm going to click on Explore Headings, which brings me into this nice page that shows me all of the competitor headings. The scroll bar, unfortunately, is very difficult to see. It's down at the bottom here, and I just need to click on that, and I can drag it and look at all of them. So I'm probably going to be focusing mostly on the top 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And generally what I do is I look at all the most important headings that are in here, and I find a way to rewrite them from my article where the topic stays the same. The keyword can also stay the same. It doesn't necessarily need to, though. What's really important is that you're covering all the right topics, and then you can go deeper with more or better subtopics, or you can go broader with more or better information. And another great little mini tip in here is that you can grab your title and go back into exploring headings, and then you can create a H1 like this. And that way, when you're setting up the AI instructions in the next step, you can actually instruct it to write a nice hook and an intro for you. So here we've got my title is the H1, and then my first H2 is going to be what our master resell writes. So that was almost exactly what I wanted. It was just a frequently asked question from Google. And then I'm going to shorten this one to resell rights for digital products. And I'm going to make that an H3. And I'm going to change this one to differences between MRR and PLR. Actually, I'm going to add in here as well. I'm going to add in MRR because that's how it's commonly referred to. So probably just a good thing to keep in the heading there. And I want to make this one an H3 as well. And so I just kind of skimmed through some of these. And I like this one right here, advantages of master resell rights, but I think I want to rewrite that as what are the best ways to use MRR. So I'm just going to change this one into that. What are the best ways to use MRR products? And I want to talk about using them for lead magnets as well as online courses. And we'll say bonus content. And actually, I think instead of this one as my second H2, I want to have something like this. So we have best websites to download master resell rights products. So I'm just going to add that one. I'll say best websites for master resell rights products. That's a good one. This guy's pretty good SEO. And I think I promote most of the same stores as him, so I can just use some of these. Yeah, okay, that's kind of my second favorite one. Got this. And I use a few others. And by the way, if you want some PLR or MRR, I have some really good deals with some of the biggest websites. So if you check the description, I'll have some affiliate links where you can get some free stuff. Okay, actually, I'll move this one up here. This one down here. All right, that's a little bit better. And now I'm just going to want like one more H2 and possibly an H3 or two. See, because I think I've covered pretty much all the topics that everyone else is looking at. It looks like most of these articles are not especially well formatted, so that wasn't difficult. I think I'll just do something like why MRR products are great for marketers and business owners. That'll be kind of a good signing off thing. And I think that's good. We've got 15 headings and we're aiming for probably a 1.7K word article at the shortest. So that's a pretty good number. I feel good about that. And now we're going to get straight into tip number 3, which is actually kind of my favorite because it's the most directly related to AI writing. And we've got this write all instructions with AI here. So so the AI is very happy to just read your title and look at your headings and then write the instructions beneath each. And what I usually do is I write the overall article instructions myself, and then I let it write the rest of the instructions, and then I add to or edit them to make sure that they're exactly what I want. And so to me, the most important part of drafting an SEO article with AI is this initial instruction, the instruction that applies to all the additional instructions and the instruction that applies to the entire article. Because if you get this right, it can save you a lot of time. And if you get this wrong, it can make things take a lot longer, or you might just have to redo it entirely. And so the first thing that I usually say is be brief and concise and avoid repeating the same information multiple times. Now, this is very important because AI does tend to be a little bit long-winded at times and a little bit repetitive at times. And this is in no way going to inoculate us against that. However, it does seem to help if you just mention that you don't want it to do that. And the next thing that I'll say is, this is for alextucker.ca/loverfighter writers blog, which is all about digital marketing and online business. Include CTAs beneath each recommended website for my affiliate links. So this is pretty much the third and final tip that I wanted to share with you. And like I said, it's one of my favorite. So you can include more here if you want, but I generally have a pretty short piece of instructions here, and it has these three components. One is to give the AI a quick idea of the style and the voice that I want it to write in. The next is which website it's for and just a brief explanation of what that website is all about. And then the last one is to ask it to include any calls to action that you want or any other specific elements that you want it to include. A lot of people don't think of doing this, but even though it won't get it exactly right every time, it makes it a lot easier if you have the AI just write this kind of thing ahead of time, and then you can remove it or change it as necessary. So from there, I would just tap on write all instructions with AI, and it's going to read the title and the outline and the instructions that I provided. And then it's going to provide a set of instructions along with recommended keywords underneath each of the headings. And this generally goes pretty fast, but I did have like 15 headings, so it's probably going to take a minute. And then once this is done, I just need to go through here and edit or delete or change whatever parts of this I don't like. And usually it does a pretty good job with recommending the keywords, so I don't have to change those too much, but it's pretty hit and miss with the actual instructions that it provides. I'd say about half the time I delete anything from a sentence to an entire little instruction here, because sometimes it just says to write about things that you don't need to write about. And about a third of the time I don't need to do anything, I just kind of leave it the way it is. And on the remainder of occasions, I might have to make a lot of changes or just rewrite the entire thing, because sometimes it does kind of take it in the wrong direction, and then you just need to completely start over on that particular instruction because you don't want it to be about the wrong thing. All right, so I'm going to generate the draft, and I'm going to get to work on this article. I'll probably edit this video and post it tomorrow. And those were 3 of my favorite tips for writing great SEO content with Frase, AI tools, and like I said, you can probably apply that to a lot of other tools. If you want to learn more from me, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And check the description for links to products that you might find useful, some free stuff, and there might be a place where you can join my email list. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.